Good morning. Good morning, Junkyard. How are you doing, brother? Just got some bad news just a minute ago on Facebook. I went to school with a guy that he graduated a year before me, and his brother graduated about 4 or 5 years before me. I talk more to his older brother now, but we used to hang out, me and the younger one. His uh, passed away yesterday down in, I guess, in Georgia. That's where he was living. So, um, coffee maker must be slow. No, today's Saturday, man. 7:30, 8 o'clock. Whenever I get up, man. So, Manny Cooper. Good morning. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Good to see you. Anyways, that's all I got. I got a message from his older brother saying brother died and that they're still making arrangements. So I don't even know when the message was. I got the message. I don't know if I got it yesterday or I got it this morning. So 7:15. I got it yesterday. It's something, man. Never know. You never do know. Why, Manny Cooper, you know all about this. You're young, man. Don't take life for granted. That's good. Ron Neitzel, good morning. Nice to have you here. No, it wasn't my brother. A friend is a friend of mine. Both of them were friends. I went to school. One graduated a year before me, and the other one graduated 5 years in front of me. Well, the one that graduated a year in front of me, he's the one that passed away. He probably is in a better place. Yeah. It's terrible, man. Thank you for smashing the like button. But no, it was not my brother. So, speaking of him, I better get a hold of him today because I haven't seen him or heard from him in 2 or 3 days. So, good morning, Christy. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. On a Saturday, Saturday. So, you know, dance to the music. That's okay. Oh, I'm still waking up because I got up at 7:15 this morning. I'm still waking up myself. Still trying to down my first cup of coffee. The first one's the hardest. It's just like your first shot of whiskey. It's the hardest. People say, "Oh, the next other guy," but we all know the first couple of sips is the hardest to choke down. Then once that, it's it's heaven. You got up at 3. Well, at 3 o'clock, I was in the bathroom. So at 4 o'clock, I was watching TV. I was wishing I was watching live TV all night because, oh no, them guys, they just have to take a break. I have no idea why. I watched some football um, until the little missus come in the bedroom and she says, "Isn't there something else we can watch?" I thought, well, there is something else we can watch, but I don't want to watch football. But no, I changed it. Yeah. And it was all down to like the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. You know, I changed it. We watched something else. Diners, drive-ins, and dives. I yelled over to her and said, "So what do you think?" No reply. Huh. She didn't make it through the first diners, drive-ins, and dives, and she fell asleep. I missed the game. Yeah, there's two big games today. Number 1 and number 4, and number 2 and number 3. No, don't understand that. Why does number 1 play against number 4? Why doesn't number 1 play against number 2, and number 2 play against number 3? And then that way we'll find out who the real winner is. But good morning, Bama Grits. You are looking lovely as ever. You're a ray of sunshine. You open up the flowers so the bees can collect the nectar so they can make honey. You're the hope in a little child's eyes. Good morning, Bama Grits. Ron. Good morning, Ron. If I didn't say it already. The Green Wizard. Drag race. Yeah, I don't understand it. Why don't you put number 1 and number 2 together, number 3 and number 4 together, and then let them fight it out, and then see who's the best? Because usually there's always an upset. But it would be nice. I don't even know when Michigan plays. Even if they've already played again, I have no idea. But I know they play a bowl game. I don't know which one though. Probably the Tampon Bowl. And see, you got the Kotex Bowl, you got the Tampon Bowl, you got the Blue Pill Bowl. They got so many bowl names. I don't even. 2 and 3 should be a good game. You're right. Yeah, how is that one? I got to do something with this scruffy old thing. Yes, Bama. I have no idea what time it comes on. I'm glad you're doing better since Christmas is behind you. I didn't soak my beans last night, so I'm going to soak them today, so we'll have bean soup tomorrow. So that's okay, because I had a can of bean soup yesterday for lunch, so I've got my bean soup fix in already. But I was going to get up in the middle of the night and throw some beans in a pan and get them soaking, but I didn't. I usually like to soak them 10, 12 hours before I cook them. So. Let me find out. Junkyard, let me find out for you. Google, what time and channel is the number 1 and number 4 Alabama football game on today? Google, what time is the college playoff football games today? What channel? I have to get these spectacles on. You might have to put the antenna back up. Something went wrong. Oh, snap. I'm, oh, snap. I told snap me twice. You guys ain't gonna believe it, but it'll snap me a third time. Let me let me look on the high-powered Google Center. Okay, the Peach Bowl, that is today. That's Michigan. Um, the Belt Bowl is today, and they're both at noon. At 1:15, Arizona Bowl, and then Cotton Bowl is at 4. The Orange Bowl is at 8 o'clock tonight. And let's see. Well, da-da-da. Huh. They don't want to give it to me. They just wants to give me bowl games. So all times are Eastern Standard. So you got the Outback Bowl, the Red Box Bowl, the Tampon Bowl, the Kotex Bowl. Huh. The Tupperware Bowl, the Cheese and Rice Bowl. There's so many bowl games now anymore. Um, let's see. I'll go Alabama. Oklahoma Sooners, they play tonight at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Okay. And let's see. What's the other one that's playing Clemson? I think Oklahoma's going to take it. They play today at 4 p.m. on ESPN. Glad I could help you out there, Junkyard. Twilight Zone Marathon. There you go, Kevin. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Good morning, Big Steven. Well, thanks, Sir Mary Cooper. You can get that okay. Well, yeah, glad you can help me there, Bama. Glad you can help me. And the underdog should win. Bet your money on the underdog. Don't bet at all, though. Because you know how the people from that team from Alabama cheats. Yeah. No, all right, I won't say anything important. Now that she's gone, we can talk bad about Alabama until she gets back. The Crimson Tide. No. Alabama deserves to be number one. They do. Too bad they had to cheat, and scratch and fight and cheat and be crooked all the way to the top, but that's okay. Nomadic Bike, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. Go just. I'm just playing Alabama. You know I am. Alabama's a good team. Nomadic Bike, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. I said that before. I'll check your channel out. Nomadic Bike. Okay, well, you got 723 channel followers. Chill and chat. Ah. You do a lot of live streams, don't you, brother? Never heard of you before today, but I'm going to show you some channel love. I even rang your bell. So if I'm on and you come on, I'll be able to see you. You're funny, Kevin. Nomadic Dyke. Don't pay no attention to Kevin Nomadic. He's a comedian. He's funny. All right there, Bama. Written just went live. Yep, 724 now. That's pretty cool. I do a lot of live streams, so I'll have to check your stuff out. You do a wondering lesbian. You do a wondering lesbian. Yeah. Nice to have you here, Nomadic. I like seeing new faces in here all the time. It does me good. You guys don't know, if you don't know who he is, check out his channel. He does have a lot of live streams. Like I said, I've never been there, so I have to check it out myself. But, does look pretty interesting. Just me. Good morning. You're looking lovely as ever, sunshine. Nice to see you. 4:54 in the a.m. and you're up on a Saturday morning that early? Well, that's good. Good morning, Picker. Nice to have you here. Mr. Jixer, good morning. Nice to see you. That's right. We're all looking lovely as ever. Huh. I went and got me some beauty sleep last night and got a whole 20 minutes at a time. It's 12:55 in your area. AM or PM? Well, I'm sure it's PM. You're across the pond, aren't you? Okay, yeah, you're across the pond. Oh. You're welcome. You're all welcome. So. We got Christy in here, and we got Bama Grits in here, and we got Just Me in here. They're all looking lovely as ever. They did their hair just to come here. Well, yeah, I woke up about the same time I did, Just Me. I woke up at 7:15. No, I'm not excited. Um, yes, I got my eyes on this morning. Yeah, Mr. Rocker Vlogs. Mr. Rocker, hey, how you doing, Mr. Rocker? Nice to have you here. Yeah, I had to have my glasses on this morning so I could look for something on Google for Alabama. So I'm glad you're doing good. Good morning, Dirty Dog Diggers. You're looking lovely as ever. What a pleasure. And yes, I watched your silverware video, and I watched the other one, the one right next to it. I'm excited either. Oh, you're not excited. I want to be. I want it to be 19. Yeah, so you can fix everything. That's right. Now you can't fix nothing. 3 more days. You're right. I like that silverware video. That was pretty cool. I got, I don't know, I got probably more silverware than 10 people ought to have. I should start doing that, making sea turtles and stuff. Good morning, Margie. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Well, yeah, but see, your hair's never out of place, anyways, Margie. So you could be in a violent windstorm and you got the most beautiful hair, anyways, Margie. So, you're welcome. I can't remember the reason why you wanted me to watch it though. You said something, and so I watched it, but I didn't make the connection. I can't remember what you said to watch it for, but I thought it was pretty interesting. You guys using the JB Weld and everything. So, um, I like using JB Weld when I need to. The only thing is I don't use it often enough, and by the time you buy the JB Weld and you use it, by the time I use it a second time, it's usually hardened and ain't no good. So, um, but if I was going to make silverware art, like that, I could probably use it more often. And there's a couple of things I could use JB Weld on. A couple of people stand still with their JB Weld their feet to the floor. Oh. I had a friend who used to say, if that person moved any slower, I'd have to dust them. So, yeah. Good morning, Bobby. You're looking lovely as ever, Bobby. Now you're having a New Year's Eve live stream? Left blocks, that's right, Junkyard. No, not there. Yeah. Are you having a New Year's Eve live stream, or I know you're having one on December 30th. Are you having one New Year's Eve? Iron Dog 63. Uh-huh. You're slowly working your way into a little timeout session there. Oh, look at there. He's got a love for you. All right there, Minnie Cooper. We'll see you later. Take care, man. God bless. I kept them from talking about your beloved Alabama. They wanted to, and I said, no, you can't talk about Alabama. That's right. Some people take a couple packs. Yeah, JB Quick Weld. Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. That's good there. She came in while you were having a cup of coffee. While you were getting a cup. Bobby, your main man? Oh, that isn't that special. No. Renda's just watching. Yeah. We know Renda's watching. I see her looking. I was going to say something, but she hasn't said anything yet. She just got the peekers out. She's lurking. If she says hi, if she's lurking again, I'd tell her she looked lovely as ever, but she hasn't said a word yet. That's right. All your favorites. Ooh. Brenda, nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. Did you just pop in? Well, oh, Kevin sent me a photo. I better check this one out without sharing it first. Well, that's a good thing to do with a bowling ball, a bowling pin. Huh. I would show everybody, Kevin, but I have to download it and bring it up, and just more trouble than what it's worth sometimes. Because it's in an area where there's some other stuff that cannot be showed. You're working. That's right, Brenda. You're working. All right, I'll tell her when she wakes up there, Brenda. Yeah, well, I seen something that she couldn't walk. What happened to her? So, not bad there, Binkin. Not bad. How's it going with you? And how is Mrs. Binkin? She still got that smile on her face she couldn't wipe off with a baseball bat? Every time she sees me, she just gets the biggest smile because I think she likes me. Huh. Um, I'll get it sent out sometime this week there, Big Steven. It was dog. DAWG. Yeah. Yeah, you know how it is. Always a bride, or always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Yeah. January 5th, um, which will be next Saturday. Next Saturday and Sunday, I'm not going to be doing live streams on Saturday and Sunday for a few months. I'm going to take some months off on Saturday and Sunday. Bobby's going to do the live streams starting January 5th. That'll be on Saturday and Sunday. And so I'm going to take a break. And I'll still come into the live streams and stuff and say hi and all. So I'm just going to take a break, you know. I don't set an alarm right now, but I know, you know, on Saturday and Sunday, I get up and say, hey, I got to get around, got to get this live stream started. So, you know, on Saturday and Sunday, I don't even have to do that. When I get up, I get up. There's no urgency to get everything done and then, you know, start the live stream. So I'm going to do that for a few months, at least until probably the end of April. And it depends on how the hot dog cart's going. If it's, you know, busy on the weekends, and I'll still have Bobby do it. If it's not, then the weekends I work, I'll have Bobby do them, and I'll do the Saturday and Sundays again. But I need to take a few months off. That's right. My son just ate Carolina Reaper powder in front of everybody here the other day on a potato chip. He can eat it. I can't. So, huh, that's too bad. You know, it's too bad when a person has to suffer because they have no insurance. You know, and that's too bad. It shouldn't be that way. Oh yeah, I'm not going to stop Monday through Friday, just Saturday and Sunday. You know, so I can have some weekends. Um, I used to go to have coffee before I got sick. I used to go to have coffee every weekend with a bunch of people, and I got sick and I couldn't drive and all this stuff. And I'm gonna see about doing that for a couple of months. You know, go have coffee with them on the weekends. Haven't seen them in a long time. There's been a couple of them that's passed away, so I'd like to get out there and see some of them. You know. And I got a Facebook message this morning that a guy I went to school with, he graduated a year before me. He's my same age, but he graduated a year before me. He passed away yesterday, or he passed away Thursday. I got the message last night, but I seen it today, this morning. And I'm Facebook friends with his brother. So, and his brother let me know. Me and him, we joke and talk all the time on Facebook. So, yeah, everybody should have basic insurance. You're right. But the Obama plan, it sucked. You couldn't get nothing. You paid, and the only thing you got was more payments because they didn't pay nothing. You know, um, I had a doctor visit deductible of $2,500. Okay, the deductible was $2,500, but I still had to pay a $40 copay every time I went. You figure this out. If your deductible is $2,500 a year to go see the doctor, and your doctor's visit is $200, That means you got to go see the doctor once a month for the deductible, just to pay the deductible. So you're paying for them doctor visits every month. It doesn't matter. Every time you go to the doctor, you're going to pay for it yourself because they're never going to meet the deductible unless you're going to the doctor every other week. Then you had a $500 copay every time you went to the emergency room. $500 copay. And then you had a $25,000 copay, all right, deductible, every time you were put into the hospital. You're hospitalized. How can people afford that? Nobody can afford that. The price of medicines went up, but the price of but the cares went down. So, you sent me a Facebook message. Okay. Yep. I can't, Donna. It's too big. It won't let me post it. It's got 292 characters, and you can only do 292. So let me go to her. Let me go to her. Let me see. Yeah, maybe that'll work now. There we go. All right. There it is. The link that you give me was 292 characters. Wouldn't let me do it. Well, if she's already waited more than a few days, they're going to have to re-break it anyways. You're right. They're both costly. Mine was $895 a month, and that was my deduct. What I told you, that was my deductibles. 800, and that was just for me. $895 a month. Kind of ridiculous. You're welcome. You're welcome, Bama. It'll be okay. You're welcome there, Margie. Huh. Well, most hospitals have a repayment plan that when they do this kind of stuff, it's not even a repayment plan. It's they have a person there that will fill out paperwork, because most hospitals have a fund set up to help pay your medical cost. Okay. And what they do is she should find out if they do. And if they do, she can go there, fill out the paperwork, and they will help her pay to get that done. And what it is, it's an account that most hospitals have set up. And it's because they have to pay the doctors and stuff like that. And this account is purely funded by fundraisers and charity, charitable donations and stuff like that to help pay for medical costs. Because Kathy didn't have insurance. She got sick, we went to the hospital, and when it was all said and done, her bill was like $14,000 or $19,000. I didn't have it. I was, wasn't working. I was sick myself. I was using a walker, and I took her to the hospital. When it got said and done, we went down there and we filled out the paperwork for it, and they paid it all. So I had about $70,000 in hospital bills that I couldn't afford to pay. I went down there and I filled out the paperwork, and they denied me because I had insurance. But if you don't have insurance, you can go to That's the human resources or something like that. Have her check into that and see if they have it. Yeah. She went in because her heart was beating so fast, and come to find out she had thyroidism. So that was just that $19,000 just for the emergency room. By the time it was, and she was there for like 5 hours. I was there. I thought I was having a heart attack, and by the time they got me to the hospital, they took me by ambulance and um, did some chest X-rays and nitro pill in the whole 9 yards, and the chemical put me in a CAT scan. But I was there for 3.5, 4 hours, and my bill was about $19,000 too. But the medicine for the pharmacy was $5,000. They give me a shot, chemical to go through me for the CAT scan, a nitroglycerin pill, and then they hook me up to put a bag on me, and saline or whatever. Yeah. Tell me who's making money? They all are. Yeah. I always thought, why don't we, as a society, give all these medical students, if you want to become a doctor, give you free college. And on that free college, you have to commit to working 2 years in the hospital. Okay. And 2 years public service, as a position. You'll get a salary, $500 a week or $700 a week, or whatever, a reasonable salary while you're doing your community service, and we'll pay for your college. And just think, that would be so much cheaper than the debt we acquire from not having insurance. And because you're constantly going to get somebody coming in, new people coming in every year or every semester or whatever. You're going to get new people graduating all the time, and they come in, they spend their 2 years in the hospital and spend 2 years in a private practice where you are free, and like a walk-in clinic or something like that, and you pay them a salary of $1,000 a week so they have something to live on. You're still going to be cheaper than what it's costing right now. And like I said, you're going to get these guys coming up are the brightest ones of them all, because they're getting all this new technology as it's coming in. Your older doctors have to go back to school to learn all this stuff. So all these newer ones are coming in, and they're getting brighter and brighter every year. So you're getting a better, not an experienced doctor, but you're getting a better doctor. And they can call on experienced doctors if they need it. Well, no, because they charge you. If we did that and we paid all their college tuition, the United States paid all the college tuition for physicians, and then put them into these hospitals, okay? Now, the government would have to buy the hospitals. Nurse practitioners, yes. But if I just had a nurse practitioner, and every time I went to see her, it cost me $175. So they're making money. But, the government would have to pay for the hospitals. And, that'd be the only downfall. But there we go. Spend time instead of money. You're right there, Bobby. They do. They do, Junkyard. 99% of them you can't understand. Thank you for sharing my video there, Big Steve. Well, some of them's got that little rewind button, so when they start talking, you don't understand. You just hit that button right there, and they'll re-say what they just said, but they'll say it in English. Well, that just ruined it for me right there. Just me, Justin Timberlake. Of course we subsidize it. You're right. Creators Alliance, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. Oh, we're always going to be mismanaged. It doesn't matter. We need to get rid of the crooked politicians and get people in there that are for the people, by the people, instead of for the lobbyists, by the lobbyist. I tell you, if we got rid of lobbyism, if you got rid of lobbyists in politics, if you made it against the law and made it a federal offense, prison time, to be a lobbyist or to accept lobbyist money, you'd be surprised how much smoother the government would run. You'd be surprised how much more work would be done. You'd be surprised how much more they cared about the taxpayer instead of the corporations. You'd be surprised about a lot of stuff. But when somebody's handing you a blank check every 6 months for you to vote their way, it kind of makes it hard to get rid of them. Huh. That's a shame. Yeah, making lobbying legal. That's right. You got to get rid of lobbyists. You get rid of lobbying, and your problems should go away. And you make sure they can't vote themselves in another pay raise. And I don't believe they should get free transportation either anymore. They do. They get a lot of free transport. They get government perks, free transportation, all this other. I don't believe so. I don't believe they should. Nobody paid me to go back and forth to work. That's not good. But was it 300 because of her pain, or was it 300 because of, she's a diabetic? You're right there, creator. They are. And that's why I voted for Trump. I didn't really vote for the Republican Party. I voted because Trump was a newbie, somebody that could not be bought. You got billions of dollars. You don't need anybody else's money. Huh. They didn't treat her for that right then? Well, they should have treated her. It doesn't matter if she doesn't have insurance. They should have still treated her for diabetic. And they should have given her something for the pain. Now, they could have given her a prescription, but without the insurance, she has to pay for that. But the reason why they're not putting a cast on her foot is not because, I don't think it's because of the hospital. I think it's because the doctor, the orthopedic surgeon, wants paid. and that's why they're not putting one on. So, see, here we have ProMedica now. It used to be when you went to the hospital, your own doctor would go to the hospital and see you. Now that's not the case. You go to the hospital here, they have their own doctors that come in and check on you, their own doctors that do everything. So you pay their own doctors. You pay the hospital. It's their own nurses, it's their own doctors, it's their own lab work, everything. But if you have a surgery, your doctor comes in, your surgical doctor comes in, which is he is part of the system, because they won't let anybody that's not a ProMedica doctor in there. So your doctor, your surgical doctor comes in, checks you out, make sure you're doing okay after surgery. Or whatever, you get a bill from him and you get a bill. And it all goes in on the hospital bill or whatever. And they itemize it. And then you get bills. You're right. That's why now the hospital probably they probably put the cloth cast on it. So, and that's why the orthopedic surgeon ain't doing it, because she doesn't have any insurance. So. Oh, I completely understand that. I don't click all. I go down through there and I click the one, I vote on the ones I want. And I did vote for a couple of Democrats because the Republicans that were running against them, I thought were completely shams. So, don't get me wrong. I don't completely go Republican, and I was a Democrat up till Obama screwed us the second year and do a second term. It's frontier enhancement. You're right. Oh. There you go. Yeah. I gotta get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. But it's a shame. It is a shame. In the world we live in today, that you can't get medical help. And yeah, most people do that. You're right there, Bacon. I understood your question. I was just telling you how I voted. My wife does the same thing. She said, "You want me to vote all Republican and Democrat?" I said, "No. Go down in the ones you feel that you want to be in office and vote for them. The ones you don't, then don't vote for them. It's entirely up to you." I don't tell her to vote Democrat or Republican. I've never told her how to vote. I tell her how my, expressed opinions are and how I feel about it. We just had the marijuana vote. I voted no. I have nothing against legalized medical marijuana. But it didn't pass, or it did pass. I see more people at the voting booth than I've ever seen in the last 5 elections combined. And they were all there to vote for marijuana. That's what they were for. The next election, you won't see a single one of them souls there. So. There you go, Tim. Yeah. And this is how they get you. Hey, Mr. Patient, I don't know so much about these test results. I'm going to have somebody look at them. Hey, Dr. Williams. Well, yes, Dr. Joe. Would you like to look at these test results and give me your opinion? Well, sure. Does the guy have insurance? Well, he sure does. Well, thank you. Hey, Dr. Smith. Well, yes, Dr. Williams. Would you like to look at these test results? Dr. Joe gave them to me. I'm sure they won't mind. By the time you're said and done, you got 5 people giving you an opinion on your test results, and you're paying each one of them. That's how it happens. They pass them around. They pass them around like a handshake. Yeah, it passed here overwhelmingly. Now we had the medical card here. You could have had medical marijuana, but now they wanted recreational. And all these people say now I can get stoned all the time. I said, go ahead and try that, and then go to work and see what happens. For one thing, your job doesn't have to recognize it because it's a state law. They only have to recognize federal law, and federal law says it's against the law. So they can fire you for having an illegal substance, but they're not going to do that. They will drug test you and fire you for being under the influence, because that stuff stays in you for 72 days. They don't know if you smoked a joint before you walked into work or if you smoked a joint 71 days ago. I haven't. James Coxwell. Anarchism. Uh, I don't think we should, honestly. Creator, I really don't think we should. So I just had to read the first comment first. I'm gonna have to watch that. Let me. I think I got your. I thought I had your bell rung because I was at your channel the other day. It's wrong now again. So I got a reminder on it. So. Yeah, that's right. You got to sneak out of the country and sneak back in order to get, as Jose, in order to get the medical benefits you want. You're right. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You're right there, Creator. All right. Well, look how good it's working out for Venezuela and all these other countries. That's pretty cool, Grizz. I'm glad she saved you from committing mass murder. That must be the reason why Gene Chambers isn't here. He must be already in handcuffs. They must have took his coffee. Tim might be back as a doctor. That's right. You're probably absolutely right there, Bankin. But show up with our black powdered rifles. He iggied you. Let's see. I'll try again. He iggied. It does sound very good. I think he meant he messaged. um, okay. The effects of um, alcohol. Okay, alcohol is legal right now, but it was it was a banned substance at one time. It's legal. Marijuana has was legal at one time and it was banned, but now it's legal. Okay, same way with alcohol. The effects is alcohol doesn't stay in your system for 72 hours or 72 days. Alcohol, for every shot of alcohol you take, most cases it's gone in less than a couple of hours. Okay, unless you're totally inebriated and you drank, you know, 12 shots of liquor, you're pretty much going to be sober within 24 hours. Okay. With marijuana, you may be sober or whatever, but you still have the effects of that in your system for 72 days. That chemical is still floating around in your system for 72 days. My problem is with marijuana is that a lot of people say marijuana doesn't kill, and they're in denial, and it does kill. There is just as many people been killed driving under the influence of marijuana as there has been with under the influence of alcohol. But some of these diehard people say that, oh, nobody dies from marijuana. Well, yes, they do. And that right there is the point where it's going to cause more and more accidents because these stoners, and I use the term loosely, will go out there and get high as a kite, hop in their car, and drive away. And look what the problem is with that. People know if you drink, you can't drive. They still do it. But a lot of people don't. And that's where my problem is with the marijuana. Because you ask all these people that passed it, oh, nobody's ever been killed. I see it all the time on Facebook. Marijuana is a safe drug. Well, if it's a safe drug, why do they call it a drug? That was my problem with marijuana. You know. So. That's right. And if you're right, Chris. And if you are an abusive person, you shouldn't be drinking. You have to have some control. You have to have some self control of yourself. If you're an abusive person and you drink, then you shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be abusive to begin with, but you shouldn't be drinking. So, I can't. You can't sit there and control everybody's, um, you know, uh, how do you put it, physical attributes or whatever you want to say, because you can't. But if you are a physically abuser and you drink, you shouldn't drink to begin with, and you shouldn't be a physical abuser. And if you only abuse people while you drink, then you shouldn't drink. And you should wake up and find out or realize that. Because one day you're going to abuse the wrong person and it's going to get you killed. Same way with marijuana. A lot of people say, well, it doesn't do that to you. I know people that's been hyped out on marijuana that's, been violent also. It does work. It works two different ways. You can be one. I know people that drink and the only thing they do is sit in a chair. So, there's two ways to every, there's two sides to every coin. So that's right. Now you know why you can't get a pizza no more. instead of driving. That's right. No, but you know how I'm talking. You know, there has been just as many people. Well, not just as many, but there's been plenty of people killed by people driving under the influence of drugs. Okay, and there's been plenty of people killed, people under the influence of alcohol. Now, marijuana is a gateway drug. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You start smoking dope. Next thing you know, you pop a few amphetamines, and you do a little this, you do a little that. People say, no, you don't. Well, yes, you do, because it's a proven. It does happen. Now, you may not go into harder stuff like heroin or cocaine or LSD or meth, but it does happen. And, alcohol was a medicine. You're right, just me and thinking. Well, you probably do hear that, but does that mean does that make it any better? Okay, for one thing, being busted underneath alcohol or being busted underneath the influence of weed, does it make it any better? No, it doesn't make it any better. Does it make it because they were lucky and didn't get busted under the weed? Most likely. No. Were they in the right place at the right time when they were smoking weed? Probably. You got a DUI? Oh, I come close to getting one time. I was actually in my driveway hopping out of the car when the police pulled in. I showed them my license. I hadn't drank since 9:30 and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. But they checked me out. I passed. But if I'd have been drinking at 11 o'clock or whatever, or 1 o'clock, I'd have got it. So, and alcohol is a gateway drug too. You're right, Benkin. They were happy. But if you want to go back to that, if you want to go back to that, cigarettes is probably the biggest gateway drug there is. So, because if you smoke, all right, and you're more likely to drink. So, but I know people that don't smoke that drink, and I know people that smoke that don't drink. So, but you're more likely to drink and smoke. It's just a thing. Huh? She said that would be me. A bunch of people told me to tell you good morning, Kathy. I said I'd tell them when you got up. So. You prefer stoners, right? If there was going to be the drug, if I wanted, if you could only have one drug and let everybody use it, I would have much rather be marijuana than anything else. Okay. Uh, LSD, cocaine, meth, whatever, heroin. Um, and that's why a lot of these states are going to legalize it because they're realizing it's not that bad, but it is just as bad as alcohol. Uh, So or they probably put it in the same category as alcohol. If I saw the light, yeah, yeah, they ordered that, yeah. Um, no, I agree. I'm 100% for medical, okay, but I'm not for recreational. Um, and I'm even went so far to think about growing medical for that reason. So, because there's money to be made in it. But then again, we've got medical marijuana, we got medical plants or marijuana plants popping up all over this place. I mean, places. So, um, we had people buy 10 acres out here in the city limits so they can grow it. It's all concrete. They're going to put up, raised bed gardens and everything else, big old greenhouses and the whole 9 yards. You want medical moonshine? There you go. That'd be cool. That's that's right. And people say, oh, it was the Hearst family illegal, made illegal. It was mainly made illegal because the pharmaceutical companies could not regulate it because it was growing in every ditch bank. It was growing in everybody's backyard. It was called rabbit weed back in the 1930s. That's what it was called. Nobody knew marijuana. It was called rabbit weed. They used to roll it up and smoke it because they used it as a form of tobacco. There is more money in weed, and that's why the pharmaceuticals tried to make a law. They tried to get a law passed in Ohio a couple years ago, where only corporations could grow marijuana for medical and recreational use. And it was the pharmaceutical companies that was doing that. There was a reason why, because they didn't want anybody else growing it. For that simple reason, because it's nothing but money. It didn't pass because people realized, hey, big corporations want to grow this stuff because they want to make more and more money. So that's what it was called, rabbit weed. Um, yep, supply and demand hurt the price. In states where it's still illegal, that's where it's expensive. In states where it's legal, the prices drop 30, 40%. But you're getting a better quality weed too. So, now, when this stuff was just medical marijuana and you had to have a license to get it, that's when you were making money. I think there's like 13 or 17 states now that are legal, something like that. Or maybe it's all but 13 or 17 states. So, I gotta get me a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. I don't know. We can Google it. Um, 23 states have just legalized medical marijuana. 10 states plus DC have legalized recreational weed. And then they're on board with the medical marijuana. That explains what's going on in DC. Right there. That explains it. I don't think all 50 states will ever get there. Good morning, Kathy Miller. You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to see you. Yeah, junkyard. Well, DC, of course. Yeah, Maryland has many customers. Yeah, they all go to the White House. He's going to move to Pennsylvania in the early days. They already do that in New York. With the Hells Angels, that's right. I remember that 2 years ago. Might have to smoke some legal cannabis. Okay. Or to eat anyone. Never said anything about eating anybody. Pennsylvania, the land of taxes. Anyways, the other day, oh, okay. The other day I was telling you I was at the thrift store and I seen a paper towel dispenser I'm going to put on the cart. And I just show it to you. Isn't that cool, man? I'm going to mount it right to the cart. This is all metal. I got one on it now that's all metal that's a collapsible, and it just doesn't work. You put a paper towel roll on it and it falls off. Well, this is pretty cool. You untwist the top, put the roll on, twist the top back on, and it keeps it on there. Now, I will, when I'm done using it and going to haul it, I'll pull the paper roll off, haul it down the road. And I think that'll last a lot longer than that flimsy steel one that was on there. So. Yep. Yeah, Moonshiners will be back on next week. Yep. On the Discovery Channel. Hey, Tickle. Got to go Hershey for some hockey. There you go. Well, you see, New York, they want to succeed from the country. So does California. I say let them. All you people in California that want to be in America, run across the border. All you people in New York that want to stay in America, run across the border. If they succeeded from the Union, it'd be like rats fleeing a sinking ship. So. I know you don't, but a lot of them want to. All right, I will. I'll have to watch that, Grizz. Let me see. I didn't get a notification from you, and I know I had your bell rung. I'm gonna ring your bell again. Oh, let's see. You're right. There you go. What's your video? What's the name of it? What if I did this to my sawmill? Oh, it's on Al's channel. Okay. Well, you had to tell me that. Jeez, Grizz. You see the Alf 270 channel. Yeah, I go to the Grizz 270 channel. Whack-a-troll. There you go. I'll have to get onto that and watch that after we're done. So. Just west of Gettysburg. Oh. Love-a-troll. Hashtag Love-a-troll. There you go. We had a troll in here the other night, Thursday night. Icon 2020. I don't know if he was a troll, but he was my son, my long lost son. I kind of miss him now. The poor little feller wanted $500 and gave me his address, so I sent it to him. It ended up being a campaign contribution. Trolls need love too. That's right. But He was in here. I talked to him. I treated him with dignity and respect, just like I expected from him. And he didn't say anything off kilter either. He just was wishing that Dad would spend more time with him. That was funny. Yeah, that's right. Split a block, take a drink. Split a block, take a drink. Think about it. That's right. Take a drink. Because he's working up a thirst. Good morning, Sandra. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. Did you do something different to your hair? Yep, I told him his mommy was a tramp because, you know, must have been the postman. I caught her with a postman. His mommy was a tramp. Oh. And he said, well, that's a lovely new blouse you have on today, Sandra. You ever get an eye headache? Oh, keep working on it. Well, I told her that, just me, but she didn't like that compliment. And I told her about her hair, and she didn't like that. And I told her about her blouse, and she didn't like that. Nice fingernail polish you got there, Sandra. That is a pretty shade of purple. It's not really purple, but it's in the class between purple and dark blue. Day 4, Mrs. Green Thumb. Arizona is a place they had to be. So that's right. Nice touch. Was I correct on the color? That ain't gonna work, Bobby. I already said it to her. Sandra woke up on the wrong side of the crock pot today. Yeah. Well, I am slightly colorblind. Put them up in front of the screen so I can see them. It's hard to see them when you're typing on a keyboard. Well, that's it. Actually, what is that, pearl? That's a pretty pearl color. A 4-year-old, she come into the bedroom last night about what, 12:30, quarter to 1. Hi, what are you doing? Well, I'm not tired. You better get your butt to bed. I'm not tired. We'll get up here and lay down with that. I'm not tired. You better get back to bed. Yeah. Yeah, that's all you need, a 4-year-old walk around the house in the middle of the night. I know, Sandra. Yep, pearl white. Yeah, points are good. I'm not trying to drive after that track. Yeah. It never gets no. That's right, Kathy. I never get nowhere. Even with the one I love. God, I love that woman. I got to make her some baked beans today. I'm going to go downstairs. Huh? I can't hear you. What did you say? She's got a bunco game tonight, so I'm going to make some baked beans for her to take. I go down to the pantry. I'm going to get a can of my canned bacon, fry it up, put that in the baked beans, and then, okay. I'll make them for her. Because I make the bestest baked beans in the world. Man that does the cooking, my boy putting up.
Seriously, I don't need people puking.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
Sorry. They wanted to
Huh?
puke. I had you. I didn't like the people at Bunko. I had you like it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oops.
I can cook.
What you tell?
I made dinner last night.
Oh yeah, already made.
Well, I did make it. I threw the chicken tenders in the oven, baked them. I made boxed macaroni and cheese for the kids. I added some mozzarella cheese to it and some regular cheese, and that actually turned out pretty good. We had macaroni and cheese from Christmas. I warmed that up, warmed up mashed potatoes. That's what we had for dinner last night. Junkyard says I can boil an egg. So. Chris said Keith just had that look of fear in his eye. Right. So. Thank you. It did look good. It tasted good. So. Kathy is so funny. She is. I love her dearly. So. But that was
I don't know why fear would look in your eye. I mean, only because you want sympathy from the people.
right.
Is that right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a booty.
Anyways, that lasagna did look good. It tastes.
It was nasty as shit.
What do you mean it was nasty?
Oh God.
I made it just like you did.
Oh no. Oh, we won't go there.
Well, how did I make it any different?
It.
How did I make it any different?
That was nasty.
It was not. You said it was good to begin with.
Now, Keith, that's why I didn't have a second piece.
Oh.
Get out of here.
Well, too bad. I thought it was damn good. Right.
I did get a
Huh?
need for effort.
I didn't hear.
Got a need for effort.
I got a need for effort.
I didn't say that we tried. That was never.
Steve's been waiting to hear Kathy's.
Nothing. So
Huh?
don't go there, Keith.
Steve's been waiting all day to hear your sweet voice. He said, "Bless his little rubber head."
I did not say that.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
I think this is why I don't get on these blogging.
Can you watch your language? Huh?
No, I don't have to. Get on for a goddamn week, yes, I don't get on.
Big Steve says, sing to me, Kath.
What?
Big Steve says, sing to me. Well, she's been talking, Big Steve. Yeah, Steve makes cats or Steve's cats make organic dog treats. You're right. You're welcome, Bama. To my love. No. Yeah. Maybe she should cook and sing on my new channel. There you go. You know, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. It's hard to keep Big Steve out of the treat bag. That's funny. Oh. Yeah. Here, princess. Yeah, puppy. Domestic violence. Yeah. I haven't heard that saying in a long time. I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. And I heard it the other day on Homestead Rescue. Again, I thought that was funny, man. You guys watch that show, Homestead Rescue? That's pretty good stuff. I know a lot of it's BS, but it is. It's a pretty good show. It gives you some kind of ideas on what to do. Probably not. Celebrate, celebrate, dance to music. Yeah, no, new season starts next week or something like that. They just had the year in review or whatever the other night. The new season starts next Saturday or next Sunday or something like that, or Wednesday or whatever. Awesome Homestead. Yeah. And I've got the other one. I can't remember. That's one that they had to they put steel roofs on their house and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of that one, but they're a YouTube channel too. So maybe that's the same one. I don't know. No, it's not the same one. I think the other one was Pine Farm Homestead or something like that. I can't remember. No, you're getting all misty. Getting all misty, are you, Grizz? Let's see. I don't remember seeing them, but I'll have to watch it. They put in a tornado bunker? Okay. Just, we don't have much here. Just a small, we only got a small lot here. Um, we didn't grow a garden last year, but this year we're going to have tomatoes, green beans. Tomatoes and green beans are mainly what we grow. I tried to grow some beets and some potatoes. I got three raised bed gardens out there that I had strawberries and um, asparagus in, and I'm going those three raised beds. I'm going to turn into onion uh, beds. I'm going to just grow onions, maybe garlic in one, and onions in the other two. So. Oh, I love beets too, but I didn't get very many, and they didn't get very big. So um, I'd like to bring in, oh, I don't know, some sand or whatever, and rototill it into that part of the garden where the beets are going to go. That way, it's a looser soil. It's not so constrictive, so they'll grow a lot better. Same way with the potatoes. You know. I don't even know how to grow garlic, but I got a pound package of garlic bulbs out here. I've never tried it, never done it, but I'm assuming you take a clove of garlic, one clove or whatever you want to call it, and you put it in the dirt and it'll grow. I don't know. I might be totally wrong, but I've got a pound of it. I'll try growing some garlic, because one clove has, what, eight? So, who you calling pickle? We have garlic wild. There you go. Over 500 carrots. There you go. I don't have loose enough soil though. And I grow carrots, but they only get an inch long, inch and a half, 2 inches long, and they don't get very big. Hmm. Thinking of growing potatoes above ground. Never heard of it. Can you do it? I've seen potatoes grown in raised bed gardens. So, at Lutheran channel or whatever it is. I can't remember the name of him either. I haven't seen one of his videos in a long time, but Black Plastic. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know. I've never even heard of it. I'll have to check that out. I'm sure there's some YouTube channels on it. There are videos. Probably does take a lot of water. Good morning, Marie. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. You're looking lovely as ever. Hmm. You can make it orgasmic. Oh, here's one that says 337 pounds of potatoes, no digging, no watering, and very little work. Huh. Okay. Holy water. There you go. Yeah, I'm assuming you could. Cardboard or tarp or burlap. have to check that out. People say, why you grow potatoes? They're so cheap. Because I like homegrown potatoes, but I don't like anything else. Breaking the shell. Good morning. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Yeah, the light will probably get through that. I'm just guessing, but you probably wouldn't want to use city tap water to water them with because that's junk to begin with. But if you live near a lake or a pond or whatever that's got fish in it, I bet them potatoes would grow like wildfire fire of using fish water. So set you up on aquaponics out there. Let the soaker hose run from the fish tank. Get you a big old swimming pool, fill it full of tilapia, and pump the water through and pump it right back in. For Christmas, we made, or Kathy made, mashed potatoes, and I brought up about, I don't know, like 15 pounds of potatoes. I brought up about 10 pounds of russets and 5 pounds of Yukon Gold, and we mixed them. Or I peeled them for her and cut them up, and she made mashed potatoes out of the both of them. Mixed them together. It turned out pretty good. So you're right. They're very creamy along with the russets. Turned out really good, man. That's pretty interesting, though, above ground potatoes. I'll have to check that out. I still got a big old bowl of them in the refrigerator. So. Huh. There you go. What will they do? They turn on the faucets when it needs water. Oh. That's already spring in California. Hell, it's 70 degrees there. So, yeah. All right, Sandra, you have yourself a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, around the end of May. Um, I never seen it, but my sister's 60 years old, and she went. My mom went into the hospital to have her on the 22nd of May. It was 45 degrees, and by the evening there was 4 inches of snow on the ground. So that's why we wait till the end of May, after Memorial Day, mainly. '30. That's because it's only 6:30 in the morning. Yep. No. All right, everybody. I have to go to the little boys' room. I'm usually out of here at 9:30, but I'm gonna go to 10 because it was so late when I got started. But I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Feel free to talk about me. All right. Okay. No, no rules. Huh. Well, it'd be kind of hard to get okra to grow up here in Michigan then, because I don't think it gets 73 degrees in the dirt. It may at the top, but not 6 inches down. So I keep an eye out. I just made a pot of coffee. I want to make sure I didn't overrun it. I don't think I did, but onions. You can plant onions during the winter. You can get the ground dug. A lot of people plant them late fall, so they come up early spring. So garlic. A few years ago, I planted green onions and I didn't pick them all. And then the next spring they come up, and how they had great big old bulbs on regular onions then. So yeah, yeah, it's a fast harvest. And you plant the garlic in the fall, and then so so when do you plant kale? I'm just asking for a friend. I'd never plant it myself. So carry on, Jeff and John. How are you doing, John? Hopefully you're doing well. Glad to see you. Late February, early March. You guys don't know who John and Jeff is, or Jeff and John? Carry on. Check them out. Yeah, kale growing right now. Your son planted it in June. Kale. There you go. You're always rocking and rolling. That's good. There you go. I tried kale one time and I didn't like it. White Russian kale, really good. Huh. You ever notice how easy weeds grow? They grow easier than anything you can plant. Isn't that something? Tell you what you do, Grizz. Get yourself one of them round swimming pool frames. You know, the tube frames or whatever. Get yourself one of them. Get you a 20-footer if you can. And section it off in half so you got a half a circle. And they've got braces that come out so you can actually put your legs on them. Now, if you take the two circles, half circles, and you face them towards each other, and you put the 4-foot legs on them, and you put a 10-foot piece of PVC pipe in between them, or take a 20-foot, or get a 20-foot piece, you can make yourself a greenhouse with that, like a Quonset hut. You board up the backside, board up the front, run your plastic. I got one of them thermogenetically controlled heat vents, for your basement. So when it gets too hot in your basement, it opens up, or your crawl space. It gets too cold, it closes. And you can put one of them in your your greenhouse. So if it gets too hot, it'll open up. And if it gets too cold, it'll shut down. That's right. That's pretty cool there, Jeff or John. That's pretty cool. Yeah, how do you mash it taste? With bacon grease? Yeah, I've got the framework and everything out there. I want to put it on. I got to move my raised bed gardens, and I'm going to put one out there. Uh, I want to get that done this summer. That would be nice. That's pretty cool there, John. Dates in a smoothie will make it mask it well. Okay. I figured if you fried it or blanched it and fried it in bacon grease or with some bacon, that would make it taste better. Not quite healthy, but still make it taste better. Well, I was just telling you, that's how I'm going to make mine. It makes it an easy rounded hut. So there you go. Have you ever seen Guy's Grocery Game where Chef Ruben Cruz, he's sitting there cooking and he grabs a bunch of this stuff and he says, "Hey, what's this stuff?" And somebody said kale. And he said, "Oh," he throws it away. He said, "Ooh." Yeah. I hopefully this summer I can get it done. Depends on how well I'm feeling and stuff. But I want to make it. It's. I think it's a 20-foot pool, so it's going to be. Um, when it comes around the circle like this, it's only like may not even be 20. It could be an 18-foot pool or something. Um, it's going to be decent enough to walk in, but these sides are going to be low, so I want to put um, maybe 4 foot of PVC at the bottom of that, and then run elbows, and then hook it onto wood or whatever. I'll show you how I do it if I can get it done. Good morning, Kevin. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. I was wondering about you. I didn't know if you was doing okay, if you were busy. I love you too. By the way, Kevin, I just got a message from Kevin, or from Keith Fredericks, that Kevin Frederick passed away Thursday. So, so I don't know what happened to him. All I got is he said, "Hey Keith, I just wanted to let you know Kevin passed away day before yesterday." Or so, um, so and I got it last night. So he passed away Thursday, and they're still making funeral arrangements. So I guess he's down in Georgia. So I don't know if they're bringing him back here, if he's being buried down there in Georgia or what. So last time I knew he was down in Georgia. So. Well, thank you, Just Me. You're awesome too. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to do this. I've got the framework already. I could probably do that, set up that pool thing and then run the hog panels over the top of it and give it an extra, little bit of stability. But I'm worried about the plastic rubbing against that, uh, the hoop fence, or the hog fence, and then wearing holes through it. I want to eventually, if I do it, I want to put 2 layers on it, an inner layer and an outer layer, and then put a small fan in there to blow the 2 layers apart to keep an air insulation in between them. Yes. With Sandy K, what's going on with Sandy K? I have not heard what's going on with Sandy K. I heard what's going on with Donna. All right, you have a good day too, Kevin. I love you. Did you? She requested pairs. Okay. All right. I have no idea. I used to watch NASCAR, and I don't know more. Used to go to MIS every race. I went there for 10 years, every race. So, mainly because I got paid for it, for one thing, which was great. I would make an extra, I don't know, $500–600 on that weekend working the race. It was good money. You do that, they had 3 races. I did the 2 NASCAR, and then I did the truck race. And it was good, man. Made all sorts of money. Saturday or Sundays, I would make like $60 an hour. So. Well, the traffic getting into the races is a pain, especially if they're going to have a lot. The last few years, MIS hasn't had a lot of people show up for some reason. I mean, they're not having the mega crowds like they used to. But we used to get there at 5 o'clock in the morning, no traffic, run in with our garbage trucks, go through the campgrounds and pick up all the trash in the campgrounds, go park our trucks, and then we had 100-foot by 200-foot area right on the 3rd curve, and it was all fenced in, and it was pretty cool. We could watch the race from there. You could see all the drivers and stuff walking out there. We were right at pit row. It was pretty cool. Left turn, left turn, left turn, right turn, you're right. Yeah. So. Everybody says Dale Earnhardt was, the best NASCAR driver ever, and I disagree wholeheartedly, because I believe Richard Petty was one of the best race car drivers there ever was, because look what he had to endure with. He didn't have all this high technology stuff that Dale had, and I think Richard Petty did a much better job of driving and was a much better driver. Yeah, there ain't no such thing as stock car no more. All right, everybody, it is 9:59. I got to get out of here. I got stuff to do. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Prayers and peace be with you. I worked for Laidlaw Waste System. It was the 3rd largest company in the world, and then they were bought out by Republic, which Republic bought out BFI, and now they're still the 2nd largest garbage company in the world, even though they bought out the 3rd and the 2nd largest, because Waste Management is the largest garbage company in the world. But y'all have a great day. God bless. Prayers and peace. Y'all take care, and we will see you later. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have a great one. Yep, don't forget to help Donna with her cash. She really needs it. So here's PayPal again for Donna. So bye, y'all. We'll see you later.